Camera 1 rolling.
Camera 1 is rolling.
Camera 2 rolling.
Yes.
Audio rolling.
Yes.
3, 2, 1, action.
Action. To welcome the people back for another Tuesday, another consistent Tuesday.
Yes, we've been working so hard to stay consistent because consistency is the key, and we've been on it, turning it every Tuesday.
That's right.
So,
you are
as
who?
you know, I am Darlene, the Real She Cuts at New Image Hair Salon, hashtag 203-866-4539. Make sure you come see me and come get made over.
Okay, and I am Sweet Melody, SweetMellodye on every platform. So I don't care where you're looking for me at, Sweet Melody. Just make sure you spell melody right. All right, Mellodye. Okay, pronounced like music, not no Melanie, right? Doggone it.
Melody.
Ooh. Shout out to Melanie Chuck. That's my dog, but that's not my name. That's her name, okay? My name is Melody or Sweets, okay? But yes, so I am Sweets from Sono Entertainment and Recording Studios, located in the heart of South Norwalk at 56 North Main Street. And if you want to follow our business page, we are at Sonotainment page. Right, BK?
Correct.
Should you be doing an introduction to it?
No, that's all right. You got a nice voice for it.
What do you mean? I mean, it's BK, right? B-E-K.
Right here on the BK cam. Check it out. It's BK. ITSBEKAY.
Love it.
Yes.
Love it.
So listen, guys, we have a treat for you guys, okay? This is someone whom we both love. You know, this is April, and we are bringing awareness, but we're bringing awareness to a talent, okay? This is a flip side that people don't get to see. You know, and because we know this kind of talent, you know, it's only right that we tap in and give him a platform.
Yes.
Right?
And I'm so excited that he's here.
Me too. Me too. Special guest, are you ready? Special guest, are you ready?
Come on in.
All right, come on in here, special guest. Y'all give it up. Come on in here. They can't see you yet. Now you can take a bow. You can do all that other stuff you wanted to do.
Hi, everyone. I'm very glad to be here. I'm very glad to be here on this wonderful night.
Oh.
So welcome to our podcast.
This is my first ever podcast I've ever done. This is like really great.
Yeah.
Yes. How you feeling right now?
Nervous and very excited because this is like my first proper interview I've ever done.
Oh wow.
Because wait, I've never done an interview before. Never mind. This is like my first proper interview. That's why. Yeah. So.
That's good. So I know that your grandmother told us that you were a little bit nervous. Is that true?
Like I said, I am a little bit nervous because, one, as I've said like 3 or 4 times already, this is my first ever interview I've ever done, and like. I'm just hoping that a lot of people will like this interview because I'm gonna try to be as calm and actually this is John we're talking about. I'm never calm, but as
Could you angle my
honest
camera a little bit?
Like as honest as I can possibly be during this thing. I want to be very honest during this thing.
Okay. Well, we're here to talk about talent. So I know you usually have your laptop with you. I know you brought your laptop with you.
I did bring my laptop with me.
You did? You know, you're such a very talented individual that it's only right that we share our platform with you so you can get some exposure. Because every time, you know, you stay in touch with me, you call me often, you tell me about your latest things and, you know, the latest piece that you've worked on, the latest rap song that you may have written or produced. You want to tell us about like what you're doing? So what is it that who are you first of all? Could you introduce yourself to the people?
Of
Yes.
course, of course, of course. I'd be more than happy to. So, ladies and gentlemen, the name's John, but all my friends call me JV at school. But my artist name is CD, or CD Beatz is my producer name. But it's literally just like my artist name is literally just CD Beatz without the beats.
Ah, okay.
So are we saying CD? Was that one of those? Was that supposed to be a drum roll? One of those kind of
Like,
things?
explain to us how you came up with your name.
So before CD even became CD, I was known as a name which I'm pretty embarrassed about to this very day, because it was my old TikTok name before I did a whole rebrand of my page and had to have my artist name.
What was that?
It was
It's okay.
since I used to think I was devious back then. I decided that my rap name be King Devious, but since I decided, you know what, King Devious doesn't really work. King Devious doesn't really work with me. Like doesn't really work as like an artist name for me. So I decided, you know what, since I like CD so much and since I played the game Sonic CD one too many times, I might as well make my new artist name CD or CD Beatz. So I decided, you know what, I'm going with both. CD Beatz, my producer name, CD, my artist name, and it's not confusing at all. It's really easy to remember which is which, because, you know, CD Beatz, CD. It's
Right. So do you spell it just the letter C, the letter D? Is it anything fancy about it? Tell us about CD. And then CD Beatz. Is it just spelled regular?
CD is just like CD, like the C and the D. No EEs in it. And the Beats has a Z in it. So it's CD Beatz. Beats? Bees, like a bee. But when it came to like thinking of a new artist name, I was originally gonna have it be like my actual name. I decided that is not the best idea, so I decided I'm gonna go against that, and I decided to go with something a little bit more cooler. And a lot of people seem to like my new artist name, so I'm sticking with it. I'm gonna stick with it, and I'm gonna have it be that for my whole career up to this point.
Okay. So I have a question.
Yeah,
When
ask
you
away, ask
were
away.
King Devious, what do you do with the music now that you have? Because you still made great music under that name. It may not have been the best name for you, but the music was fantastic. So what do you do with the music that you made under that name?
So when I would basically, oh my god, basically make like, sometimes I make like joke songs using like silly stuff, and sometimes I make serious stuff like the demo track I recorded here a long time ago, like I'd say last year, I think. And I remember BK was the one who was engineering that. He was helping engineering that. So
Yeah.
when I made that beat, I said I gotta find something that people will like. Mm-hmm. So I went through video game soundtracks, and I found the soundtrack to the flippin' Super Smash Bros. Nintendo 64 game. I was listening to the character select theme, and I said I'm gonna sample that. So I chopped it up and had to have that Jersey Club type pattern, you know, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern or something like that. Like it was basically that, with some switch ups here and there, but. And then the actual song, like the lyrics. Oh boy, I was really bad at rhyming lyrics back then. I knew how to rhyme, but half the stuff I was saying was just like random lyrics that popped into my head while I was rhyming the thing. And I went to kids from my school to help me out, so that kind of made the song a bit more not as good as I wanted to, but
So was that the first time you were in the studio?
first time I was actually recording anything in the studio.
Okay.
Because all the other times I've been here was like years before I even started rapping, where I'd come down here and I'd just go in there and sometimes mess about with the instruments or hang out with my cousin who who was also, as I've seen sometimes, a great musician. I saw some of her stuff. Some of her stuff is pretty good, but
Your cousin who?
my cousin's name is Zoe. She's a really great person. One of my biggest supporters. She actually I posted my music one day and she reposted that same song, used the sound from TikTok, and she said, "Why are people sleeping on these artists? My cousin's out here making fire beats and all that stuff." And I'm all like, I commented later on that day after seeing the post. I said thanks, and I said thanks a lot. She said you're welcome, but of course all the comments were focusing on Zoe, the person in the video, and I said. Why should I even care? TikTok comments be like that sometimes, but...
Well, you know what? One day for Zoe's birthday party, she had a bus full of people, and guess what we played?
What?
Your song. I had BK send it to me, right, BK?
Yeah.
I called home and I said, BK, I need John's song.
Oh.
Yeah, King Devious.
How did people...
React to it?
How people react to that? Because...
They was partying on that bus. They was partying on that bus.
Oh, the phone fell down. The phone fell... Oh, goodness.
So let me ask you a question. When did you develop your love for music? Like, what age were you when you developed your music love?
As far as I remember, I was in 7th grade when I started doing music stuff.
7th grade?
Yeah.
And it just came naturally, or were you taking music class?
I used to take music classes when I was 5. I used to go have piano lessons.
Mm-hmm.
But since I turned out I wasn't good at doing stuff on pianos, I decided to switch over to digital stuff, which I figured out was a lot easier for me to do because it's more easier for me to understand.
You're self-taught?
Yeah.
Nice.
And the first, so when you say Zoe's birthday party, was there like I'm guessing it was her and her friends from the Concord side, the side opponents at that time, I think.
Yes.
See, before I started rap stuff, I used to stick mainly to like stuff based off the games Undertale and Deltarune, like I do video game type music.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd show them that stuff. And then after that, I said, maybe I should start rapping. And I said I should make so I said to myself, I should start rapping. And then I said to myself in my head, yo, that's a great idea. So I called up the studio, asked if I could come down to record something, and that's when I recorded my demo song, which is under the name of either a Devious Introduction or a Devious Intro, which is a shortened down name. The title is not so. I've actually been thinking of doing like a whole entire revamped version of that song for my upcoming album Mixed Up Mayhem, which is basically me doing songs like various styles, various like themes and all that stuff. Hence the name Mixed Up So like some songs could be serious, other songs could be silly, like have that silly nature in it, but also have serious. My biggest inspirations when it came to making music, the first time I ever started rapping was I was trying to do some stuff like I've been inspired by artists such as Kendrick Lamar, Tyler the Creator, and even like 90s artists, like I was listening to Bring the Noise by Public Enemy a lot during that time. And even recently, LL Cool J.
How do you know about these artists? Do you know about these artists from TikTok or what?
No, I heard their songs in various commercials and stuff in YouTube.
And you looked it up to see who the artists were that was singing or what?
Yeah, and that's how I actually got my exposure to LL Cool J. I heard there was a commercial that had his song "Mama Said Knock You Out" on it.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening. That tune is still stuck in my head. I even performed it at my most recent open mic performance. I performed a cover of it, but like a remix and a cover of the song.
So wait, open mic. So you did an open mic. Where did you do your open mic at?
Factory Underground.
Really?
Oh, wow.
How many songs did you get to do?
I'd say like maybe 9 or 10 because I had to shorten them all down to like with transition and all that stuff.
So you did your own showcase there?
Some were original songs. 4 of them were covers of songs.
Nice. Nice.
Are you gonna play some of your music for us
Yeah.
today? You think?
I'd be more than happy to share some of my music with you guys.
Okay. All right. Did you want to have some pizza?
No thanks. I already had dinner before I came here.
Okay, that's fine. All right. Here, let me grab your music for you.
My case is there on the red thing over there.
So I just wanted to compliment you. You know, I've seen your growth over the years. You know, every time you come to the salon, you're always showcasing and showing us some of your latest music. And
Wait, I'm Melody. Who's that?
Wait, you gotta keep it going. Don't get distracted.
Oh.
So listen, like I said, I just wanted to compliment you on your growth. You know, you're doing great things, and I want you to keep it up and stay inspired. Okay?
Is that?
Huh?
Who is that?
You're getting distracted. You're on TV right now.
Oh, TV. Right. I forgot about that.
That's your cousin K-San.
Oh, see? Fans.
Yeah, that's your cousin K-San. And Chastity, they're going to the movies.
So here is my laptop where most of the magic for my forgot I shut it down before I came here. It was starting to overheat.
Okay, so while it's powering up, tell us where could they find you at if they wanted to follow you?
So I have I'm trying to get onto. I have a Spotify, a YouTube, an Instagram, and a TikTok. So all of which go under the CD Beatz name, but each of them have like a different like twist on like how certain things about it are. So like, dang, somebody's playing those keys out there.
Yeah.
But,
That's why we have it out there just for random people.
yeah,
Just to
I
come up
remember
and
one
play.
day I went over there and I played the flipping Woody Woodpecker theme on that. And Grandma was right there.
So tell them where they could find you at.
So my TikTok, it's with a Z, C _ CD _ BEATZ. That's it's CD Beatz. And then my Instagram, it's CD Beatz 095. And my YouTube is, I think my YouTube is also CD Beatz. Is just CD Beatz. And then my Spotify page is bracket -symbol CD -symbol again bracket once again.
And that's your Spotify.
Yeah, I'm gonna change it to CD Beatz just a bit with like all the so it doesn't like get too confusing for people.
So the song that you were telling us about, that you use LL sample, Mama Said Knock You Out.
No, when I did at the open mic, I did like a full-on remix of that song for that. So I did like a whole entire remix of the song for the event. Like it was like a whole. See, I got inspired by Dr. Dre's Super Bowl performance, his 2022 performance. You know how he like had all these other songs by all these artists and I had them like remix of like all these extra instruments playing in all these extra instruments. That's what I was going for. And then I did Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar, best song of all time.
Okay.
To me at least, not to everyone else. Then I did TV Off. Boy, I had so much fun getting the audience to scream mustard during that one part. I had that.
You got them to scream mustard?
Kinda did and kinda not. Like they did say mustard, but I didn't hear anybody screaming it. So I kinda got them to do it.
Okay.
But
so what are we gonna hear from you?
So what I'm gonna show you some of the beats for the album for my upcoming Mixtape Mayhem album. Some of these are early versions, like early concept versions, and some. Is it gonna be loud enough for the people out there to hear? Or?
They're gonna hear it.
All right.
Make sure you.
They definitely heard that. Definitely heard that. So, let's see. Here's one. So, there's one song that's gonna be me basically chastising like people who fake their personalities and all that stuff. like fake their like life personality, how they act, like at home and at school and outside of school. That song is called. The song is basically called "You're Right," which is named after one of the samples I used in that.
You're right.
So it starts off with a military sample, then it goes into like something dramatic, and then it goes into like some more beat based, some more regular beat stuff. But I didn't go for like a dramatic feel because I thought it would work with like the intro. I'm thinking it could be either me rapping a speech or have it be like a speech sample from something, but I'm not sure. So I'm still working on that. This is what the beat sounds like. Let me just turn my volume.
Yes, he does beats. I'm looking at some of the people that are speaking. This young man does beats. He does beats and he writes raps. And didn't you made a video game?
Oh no, that was.
But that takes skills. That's a big deal.
Those were the days. I used to make stuff on Scratch all the time. I tried to make games. I still voice act to this day, like for certain things. But like, my voice range isn't that. My vocal range when it comes to doing voices isn't really vast enough, so I don't really do voice acting that much in my stuff. But
that was pretty cool, impressive too. He made a video game and made the music to the game.
Wait, I don't really like talking about that. That was a really interesting and really embarrassing time for me. I don't really like talking about that.
You don't like talking about that?
No.
All right. Well, we won't talk about it.
But this is one of the songs from my album. It starts off a military sample and then it goes into like the actual beat.
Okay.
So this is what it sounds like. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and. So that's what I mean by military stuff. You'll hear the actual beat.
Could you guys hear out there? Let me know. Throw us some lights if you could hear good. Produced by CD Beatz. Okay. You got it. Yeah, you're probably gonna distort it by moving the mics.
Really?
Oh, y'all can hear it, okay? You see the hearts coming up?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here comes my favorite part. Sister Dawn, the cat and the fish was home and you left. You're right. And that's the reason you left. You're right. That's the reason. I love that part so much.
I love it.
You're so talented.
You wanted something.
So hold on, I have some questions about this. Okay.
Pose it.
What makes you, so how do you come up with this beat? So what makes you even know that I want to use a military sound? I want to, like, what makes you create? Tell us how CD comes up with these beats.
That's me, ladies and gentlemen, in case you forgot. But this one actually came from an already made idea from my friend Donovan at Factory Underground, or Debo as he's called. Mm-hmm. He was using the same sample I used in that, the You're Right sample there, but I said I could use the song he was using it for was more dark, so I decided I'm gonna use that for something more inspirational sounding.
Okay.
So that's where I came with the idea for this song.
Okay.
So and when it came to like, see, I was originally just gonna have it start like this. Like that 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Some Pharrell type stuff. Mm-hmm. You know how he starts that song with that 4 count, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I was gonna try.
I love your
not
knowledge.
not piece by piece though. He didn't use that for that, but but since these people here really seem to like my music, you know what? I'll give him a special treat by singing the hip hop melody I did.
Really?
Okay.
So I'll do the melody of 3 songs I did, which is TV Off, Not Like Us, and Mama Said Knock You Out.
Okay.
Okay. I'm excited.
Yeah, and I'm really excited for people from my school to see this. If they see that I did my own interview, they're gonna go crazy. I swear.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, while this is lining up, what people have been saying while I've been while I've been on here.
Here,
Yeah.
very talented, intelligent young man. Does that man make beats? Hello, I can't see you. Can't see him. Your Uncle Barney's on there.
Shout out to Uncle Barney for being in the audience tonight. Thank you for showing up in the audience. I'm very glad you showed up. So I'm good.
Yes, he is there. You have a few people out there, a few music people too.
Yeah, if any of y'all want to collab with me, I'll collab with me. I'd be more than happy to. I'd be very happy to work with anyone, as long as you're good and not some bad stuff like some Mouse type stuff. Oh my God. I'm just glad you guys don't know who Mouse is.
Why? Should we?
No, you should not.
Okay.
Nah.
Okay, so let us hear your song.
All right, let me get this started here. Oh yeah, that voice I did. If this YouTuber sees this, it was inspired by Abdul Up Next. I love Abdul Up Next. I've been a big fan of him for some time, so that's where I got the voice from. Anyways, on to this little medley of songs. Y'all gonna love this. Here we go. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. I'm rocking my peers, putting suckers in fear, making the tears rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go, boom explosions, overpowering over the competition. I'm towering, wrecking shop. When I drop these lyrics, that'll make you call the cops. Don't you dare stare. You better move. Don't ever compare. Beat to the rest, they'll all get sliced and diced. Competition paying the price. I'm gonna knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. Oh, that's how it goes? I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. All right, here we go. Here comes.
Okay.
Hey. Muscle on the beat, bro. Beat though, any rap, here free, bro. Fan down, call an ambulance. Tell him breathe, bro. Now, to the cross, he walk around like Tizo. They tell me Chubb's the only one to get your hand-me-downs. And party at the party, playing with his nose now. And Potter's got a weird case. Why is he around? Certified lover boy, certified. It's not enough. Few saw left, but it's not enough. Few that'll really pass, but it's not enough. Say it bigger than myself, but it's not enough. Agayane, yeah, somebody gotta do it. I made him mad. Yeah, somebody gotta do it. I'll take a deep pass. Watch her do it. We survive outside, all from the music. What?
Okay.
If y'all know this part, I want y'all to say it in the chat. Let me hear your mustache. They acting bad, but somebody gotta do a gamma on the bottom. Gotta turn his TV off. 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 This is crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious.
Good job. That was
Whoa.
so good.
Okay, JJ. Excuse me, CD. All
What's
right,
the audience
CD.
saying? What's the audience saying?
They love it.
Get a CD.
How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? We need some feedback. We need some feedback. That was great.
That was.
See, and funny thing. So so before I came here yesterday, Monday, some kid decided to look me dead in the face and say, "Your music is trash," and I'm all like, I did a whole entire face palm when he said that. I'm all like, now this makes me upset, and I'm all like, well, I guess I might be proving that kid wrong if he ever sees this.
Well, you know what? You're not gonna please everybody. You know,
I don't even know how he knows what I look like. Creep.
He might be your number one fan for all you know. You know, people are critical. Everybody's not gonna like what you do. And that's all a part of growing, you know. But you're very talented, and I feel like you're going to be very successful. Not only do you make your own music, you make your beats, you know, you produce your own songs, you know. People can't take that. You got it going on.
Yeah.
You got it going on. So that's inspiration. So the main ones that joke around and tease you, or trust me, they probably got your music all recorded.
All on their playlist.
Right.
That's what she means.
Right.
They probably got
Exactly.
your playlist on their phone.
Yeah.
I don't even understand how people can be so mean in the first place. Like, mean people, that's one thing in this world that really grinds my... There's lots of other things which I won't get into because there might be kids watching this, but well, younger people watching this, I won't get into that. Yeah, and all the other things that grind my gears, but that's one of the many things that grinds my gears. Why are people so mean? Like, if people are so mean, most people nowadays are so mean. There's no room for people to be nice.
I know. But you know what? We just have to continue to be nice and hope that we influence those that are mean. Because sometimes when you don't meet mean people with that same energy, it works. They turn nice. They fizzle out. You know, because they start to look crazy. Like, why look mean? Why be mean in a room full of nice people?
Right.
It doesn't make sense.
And that actually and some people being mean is a reason. Some people being mean saying we're getting out of the suburbs with this one, basically saying I'm not about quote unquote that life. But I'm not. I'm admit I'm not a part of that life. I'm not about that life. So, but rappers don't exactly have to be from the hood or the ghetto or whatever to be rappers. So
Talk to 'em.
Because
Remind you of something?
Yes.
Remind you of a song?
Yes. BK has a song that resonates with his lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I've been so inspired by Kendrick Lamar and all these Tyler the Creator and all. Because Kendrick Lamar, he even though some of his songs are serious, he has fun in some of his songs.
Right.
And Tyler the Creator too, because his lyrics, I've heard some of his earlier songs. The stuff he says is wild, but like he has fun doing it. Like I've even gotten some of my stuff from like Kendrick Lamar, like those like his little grunts and like little laughs that he'll do during his song. Sometimes I do that in my songs. I stole that from Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar, don't sue me, please. I'm your biggest fan. I didn't mean to do that. But there's actually one song that my grandma, who's back there, you can't see her, but she's back there. But and my aunt, who's inspired me to make a song about my life. That song is called "I Ain't Ghetto."
Okay.
Literally, that's literally the title. It samples a Kanye West, John Legend, and Smitty song. This is what I'm talking about. Is this thing here? So it basically repeats that and during some of the verses. So you can like kind of hear where it like cuts, where you can like hear Smitty's voice. That's what I mean. So that what I did is I turned it into this. And then it does a little bit of a breakdown here, where it like goes all bossa nova style.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, bring it back, Jay. Bring it back. Hey, bring it back. Come on, CD Beatz now. Come on, hey.
You know,
Y'all
interesting.
feeling that or what? CD Beatz on the production.
So it's literally just that for like the whole thing. But when I made that song, I got ideas from like the Factory Underground people. Mm-hmm. So it's literally like a mini life story. But other than all the sad stuff, when I get a fun idea for a remix, bro, that's when all bets are off. Like I'll come up with like I'll find the most random songs. I made a Jersey Club remix of this.
Is that Bill?
No.
Oh. Hey. So did you do the drums?
Well, I got the drums from Pax, but I sequenced it on myself.
Okay. Yes. Keep up the good work. Nice. Talk to them, fam. These are some people that are chiming in. Awesome work. Do what makes you happy. Everyone's not going to like what you do.
Right.
He's awesome. Beautiful work.
Oops. Sorry.
Very talented, intelligent young man. You know what I like that you do? I like the way you use your voice. So when you are rapping over one of your beats, I like the way you sound. You don't sound like your speaking voice. You sound like a different person.
Most of the time when I rap, sometimes I will get a little bit silly and switch them up. It's kind of how I am when I'm talking to people at school. You know, like sometimes I'll like get my voice a little nasal. You know, like and sometimes I'll like get my voice a little deep. Like that's a little bit of the voice acting side of me.
Right.
Because when it comes to voice acting, I used to do a lot of different voices. This is a voice I ended up doing a lot because there was several characters who had this voice, and then I'm all like, and I usually do that when I'm like mocking my friends, but I do it for fun as well. Like I'm all like I'm, and then there's times where people make me laugh, and then I'll do like a silly laugh, and then
Like what?
somebody do something to make me laugh, so I can tell these people show these people what I'm talking about. Like one time I'm talking with my friend Jefferson, and then he does something that and then I laugh at him, and I'm all like, and I do this like fake laugh, like I'm all like, oh, like this Shakespeare style laugh, and then I'm all like, and then that just became my regular laugh sometimes when I'm laughing with my friends, and then sometimes I'll like do impressions of my friends' laughs. Like sometimes one of my friends, he has like this car engine laugh, and he literally goes, it makes a car engine noise, and I'm all like, you know what? And then I ask him, you know, how come every laugh you push back like your whole entire like vocal cords, and you literally make this sound that his laugh, he literally go. I don't even think if Matthew, if you see this, I'm so sorry. But sometimes when you ask, he makes this little like a noise, and then like I've heard sometimes he goes and I'm like, oh, what on earth? And I'm like, and then every time he does, I'm like, what on earth? How are you able to laugh like that? He says, I'm trying to do a wheeze, and I said, buddy, that is not a wheeze, that is a car. And then but back to the music. I made a remix of a Triple. Y'all know who Triple E is, right?
No, who's Triple E? I don't know.
Triple E? Triple E, like.
Wait, so
Oh,
Uncle Barney
Trippy.
says, tell John the air looks good. Is that an inside joke that you two have? I don't know. I'm reading it. That's what he said. I'm just delivering the message.
All I'm gonna say is, please don't embarrass me like that. That is, I am on a podcast. You keep that stuff for when you come over to see me. Keep that inside joke between you and me.
Okay, we don't want to know. That's your secret. We don't want to know. Don't go there. All right, what were you saying? We don't want to go there.
Yeah. So the song by Triple E, I remixed Lay Down.
Oh,
by
it's
Triple
somebody on here that knows you. I'm sorry. You know Shayna Reed?
Shayna Reed.
She's saying, John.
Who's Shayna Reed?
Sorry to interrupt.
Just tell her hello. Say hi, Shayna.
Oh, Sheena. Sheena says, hi, John.
Oh, you got fans.
Yeah, you got Shayna and you got Sheena.
Wow, the girls are hollering.
No, all I need to do is wait for me to get a girlfriend, and then things ain't really get started. But, all right, but seriously though.
Okay.
But seriously though, maybe my memories may be a little bit foggy when it comes to like this Shayna person, but Shayna is. I'm glad that you're here in the audience, seeing me here. I'm very glad that you're enjoying the show. I'm glad you're enjoying my stuff. Invite friends to come and watch this. Come watch this thing. I need as many fans as possible.
Yes.
But
like, share, and invite. Like, share, and invite. That's right.
On
John.
YouTube. Yes.
or as the most modern most modern YouTubers say, make sure to like and subscribe for more awesome content or something
Y'all
like that.
hear that, right? Couldn't have been said better.
And see, I can even do the voice. Like, I even do the exaggerated voice, too, so it makes it sound even more authentic. But when it comes to Trip Lee and his song, I sampled this cover of it.
Okay.
Not this, but this. So what I did for that is that I add some instruments over that.
So you play these out yourself?
No, but I did have fun with the guitar.
That's you on the guitar?
No, I sequenced that all by myself. And there comes the beat drop where I start rapping in this part. And you can hear where I had the sample chopped them in a way where it's like, where it like fits like what I'm saying, where it fits in the melody. There was actually an earlier version of this song which I made for a previous open mic event, and when I made that version, I'm all like, so, what's, you know what? I know some of y'all are probably wondering the video game stuff I mentioned earlier. So I do song covers of like various. See, Undertale and Deltarune, I'm about to nerd out here, but Undertale and Deltarune has like alternate universes where characters swap, characters swap, characters switch, characters do all that. So I decided to make covers of some of those songs, and this is my favorite out of all of them because I got to experiment with weird sounds. I have a favorite using like weird sounds in my music. This one samples the Little Rascals theme song, if you can believe it. You can hear it in the instrument too. Let me turn this up by. So this is the Little Rascals instrument I'm talking about. You can hear at the end like it's like the da 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 da, and then this is the whole entire thing. You can hear like where it cuts off there.
I heard it.
So like, and then I add another instrument on top of that. So I kind of, let me play the full thing. So it starts off with that weird instrument.
So is this a video game?
A video game type thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Here comes my favorite part with the sound effect here. It's hard to hear, but it's this thing. So I did all that chopping up myself.
That's good.
So when I make video game stuff, I use what people call in the music industry leitmotifs. I think they are like characters, melodies, and stuff like that. Stuff like that. Those are what motifs are. I think. I apologize if I got that wrong, and when for this album I made like a you know that GNX snippet that was on YouTube, we go by everybody and Angel Buyers, something about Bear Masseuse or something like that.
Yeah.
So I made a song based off that, it's called Trainwreck instead of it being, which is basically has a similar style. Like it starts off like this. And then here comes the actual snippet. So I rap slowly for this part, and then things ramp up at this part right here.
Maybe you could make a beat for BK.
I just thought about that. Oh my God, you took it out my. I was gonna say that. Suggest the same thing.
My head hasn't
That's
stopped
deep.
nodding over here.
I
keep
really
nodding
was gonna
too.
mention that. It's crazy.
I have a question
I think that-
while you guys are talking over
Okay.
here. So talk a little bit more about sequencing for the people that don't know what that means.
So sequencing is when you go in FL Studio, you go into piano roll, You put a kick here, a kick there, another kick here, another kick there, and then you get this. Like you put them together, like in a pattern, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can add on to that like this. And you got
Okay.
this.
Right. So there's a grid basically that you can fill in the different sections.
Go ahead.
So that's why.
Build out a loop, right?
Yeah.
Are you doing this in real time right now?
Yep. Yep. I'm doing it in real time to show you all people what sequencing is. Maybe I should ask. Maybe I should do tutorials on my YouTube channel. I haven't really posted there in a while, so maybe that could be a good idea.
That's a great idea.
Yes, great.
So and then since y'all are probably wondering if I sing, I do sing. I'm gonna just confirm that.
Okay.
There's one song in particular I love singing the most. It's called "Splish Splash" by Bobby Darin. I think that's what his name is.
Okay.
So I'm asking I'm asking some of you guys in the chat and you guys here to help me out with this one. So basically during the chorus I sing, I was a splishing and a splashing, rolling and a strolling, reeling and feeling, moving and a grooving, reeling with the feeling. And when I get to that part, I basically have people repeat it back. Like splishing and a splashing, splishing and a
splashing.
Yeah, like that.
Okay.
So when I get to that part, I'll let you guys know. But for most of the parts, I'll sing it by myself. And you guys in the chat can join it as well.
Okay.
Join in, guys.
Oh.
Splish splash, I was taking a bath. All about a Saturday night. Rub a dub dub, just relaxing in the tub, and I was thinking everything was alright. Oh, I stepped out of the tub, put my feet on the floor. I wrapped a towel around me and I opened up the door and splish splash, I jumped back in the bath. Well, how was I to know there was a party going on? I was a splishing and a splashing.
Splishing and a
I
splashing.
was a rolling and a strolling.
Rolling and a strolling.
I was a moving and a grooving.
Moving and a grooving.
I was a room with the feeling.
Grooving with the feeling.
All right, so I'm gonna do this part by myself for this next part,
Okay.
but the other part will come back soon. Bing bang, I saw the whole gang dancing on my living room rug. It was a mess. Flip flop, they were doing the bop, and all the teens had the dancing bug. Now who was there? There was actually I forgot the names of most people who were there, but we really did have a lot of fun there. But splish splash, I forgot about the bath, and I went and put my dancing shoes on. I was a splishing and a splashing.
Splishing and a
I was a
splashing.
rolling and a strolling.
Rolling and a strolling.
I was a moving and a grooving.
Moving and a grooving.
I was a room with the feeling.
Room with the
I
feeling.
was a splishing and a splashing.
Splishing and a
I was a
splashing.
rolling and a strolling.
A rolling and a strolling.
Moving and a grooving.
Moving and a grooving.
Room with the feeling.
Ruling with the feeling.
I was a moving, grooving. Da 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 da. Splish splash.
Woo!
All right. Okay, now
Nice.
listen. Before we go,
Yes.
Right.
I do have a couple questions for the people. So, if someone's interested in music, what kind of advice would you give them? If they were just sitting at home right now and they're like, you know what, he just made me feel like I can do it too. What kind of inspiration could you give them?
So I'm gonna quote my Discord quote thing. I forgot what they're called, but as just my Discord quote, I said, just have fun doing it. When you doing it, you can do anything when you put your mind to it, basically. So, yeah, have fun. Just have fun doing it. If you mess up once, I'm confident you won't mess up again.
Nice.
So when it comes to making music, you gotta take your time doing it. Don't let people pressure you. That used to happen to me all the time, where people would pressure me. So I'm currently learning how to do better at not get. So don't let people pressure you. Don't let people pressure you, and don't let yourself pressure yourself.
Nice. So get out of your own way.
Yeah, and then when it comes to performing on stage, interact with the audience as much as possible. Just do what you do. Have fun doing it, and then when it comes to stuff like, I don't know, getting the audience to sing along. Tell your audience what to do when you ask them to sing along, because if they don't know, then the whole performance is gonna be not a success, but so.
Like we just sang the song with you.
Right.
Okay, yeah, as long as you tell us what to do, then we
Right.
could participate.
Yeah, it's the only time.
And
yeah.
I just want to say this real quick because you taught me something at a very young age, young man. We were at our first Dolo day, and you kept asking me for the microphone. Do you remember that?
I remember
Oh,
that.
You kept asking me for the
Yes.
microphone.
Oh,
And
boy,
I
here we
kept saying,
go.
hold on, no, hold on, I'm
Right.
talking. You kept saying, but I'm Melody, could I have the microphone? I'd like to say something.
Oh
I
my
said, not
God,
right
you-
now, not right now.
Right.
But
And
you
then,
know what you did?
I remember that. So what? So, ladies and gentlemen, what she was about to say it in her own way, which is probably gonna make me feel even more embarrassed than I was earlier. But
You taught me.
So
You
what
taught
she?
me.
So what I said is that I did the flipping. Like I saw some Sesame Street and I was watching Grover, so I basically quoted Grover's like, "Hello, everybody," and then I got the and then I got the audience to do free cheers for both Zoe and Dolo
Yes.
because they're both amazing people. I don't think I've ever met Dolo, but from what I've heard, he's a great person, and Zoe's a really great cousin. She's been one of my biggest supporters, even though I don't see her that much. She's still one of my great supporters. She likes almost any music based thing I post. So that makes, and I'm glad I have all the people supporting me here right now. That goes for Uncle Barney and what's that girl's name who said hi to me?
Shayna.
And
And it's Sheena. It's two of them. It's one named Shayna and one named Sheena.
Shout out to Uncle Barney, Shayna and Sheena.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you have
And-
Fran Blankenship, but she's an artist also. She goes by the name Caramel when she's on the mic. She's giving you some
Caramel.
shout outs.
Thank you to Caramel for showing up as well.
Yep. You have Auntie Rita out there also.
Shout out to Aunt Rita. I'm happy.
Yeah. So what you taught me then was I didn't know what you were going to say. So you turned your hands into a megaphone and you said, "Everybody, my name is John Vann. And I just like to let you know that Jesus loves you."
Yes, you did. Yes,
Do you remember doing that?
Yes, and it was so nice. We were
And I felt like this big. And I said, "Never will I not give you the microphone again when you ask for it."
That was the first time. See,
You were only 7.
7.
How old are you?
Wait, I was 7. I thought
You
I
were
was
8. You were 8 then.
I ever wanted the two.
Yeah, you were one of the two. If you're 15 now,
Yeah, I'm 15 and I'm gonna be turning 16 in December.
Oh, wow.
yes, you were 8.
And ladies and gentlemen, just to let y'all know, if some of you are doing events, I'm currently in the works of trying to get myself into concerts, performances at schools, performances anywhere I'm needed, basically. So if any of y'all need an opener for any of your events, just ask me and I'll get some songs ready. See if I can get the audience engaged, because I'm good at that. And you know what? Something else I forgot to mention is because I'm just hoping that see, when it comes to me recording, I try to get my friends involved, and see, I'm currently in the works of trying to get some of my friends to record some songs with me. And something else that I've been practicing over spring break, and I think I mentioned this to you too before at the salon when I saw you guys before this interview, but I finally got myself in. And if there are any immature people in the chat, when I mention this, y'all can scream out this man's got W Riz or whatever that goofy phrase is. But I personally think and I know this isn't a relationship podcast, but I think I'm finally ready. I think I'm ready. I've been practicing. I've been talking to the people I need to, and I think I'm ready for a relationship. And when I get myself into that scene, I'm not gonna force whoever she is when that time comes, but I'm hoping that whoever my person ends up being, I could record a song with them, because because I've always felt like, whether it be friends, girlfriends, family members, I want them to be involved, and I just wanted to let all my friends know that, even if I mildly dislike you, I just wanted to let you know that. So all of y'all who've been supporting me and asking about my stuff, I know I sometimes get agitated about it, but you guys have been, everyone who's supported me over the years y'all are great people. It has, and it will always be a pleasure to hear you guys have to say and all that stuff, and I'm glad I was able to share that bit of like that. I know Grandma said not to get too personal, and I didn't, and I'm just wanting to let that out there, that when I get into a relationship, I hope I will get to record a song with my person, because I feel like something really great could come out of that, even if I never get into a relationship, I'll still want to collab with people. I'll collab with people. If I don't collab with people, I'll collab with people I just don't know how. Without my supporters, I don't know where I'd be. Basically.
Oh, that was so nice.
That was
and
very
thoughtful,
nice
well
of you to say.
And
For
I
you to
believe
even
that's
speak
going
to
to
the
happen
people.
that's going to happen for you too. When it happens, you're going to sing a song right in here, and we're going to be right there hooting you on.
That's right. All right. So, Mr. John Vann, aka CD Beatz, aka CD,
AKA JV, if you know me from school. Anyone in the audience.
Yes. Keep being great. Because I'm proud of you. I'm happy that that when you see me, I'm happy that you check in, you call the studio, you speak to myself, you speak to BK. I'm happy that you're also a part of Factory Underground. Shout out to Factory Underground.
And shout out to Kenny. He's my instructor. If Kenny, if you end up seeing this, I want to let you know that I give you my full respect. I give you my full respect for everything you've taught me.
Nice. Kenny Cash, I appreciate this. I really do. I appreciate that.
And also shout out to Jam Studios for giving me all those scholarships and having me speak at Pickney Park at their concert event. And I had all these people cheering me on, so.
Yes.
But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I know I'm taking away the duties from you two. I think it's starting to get a little bit late. It's almost 9 o'clock at the time of recording this, so I gotta be heading home. I gotta get myself a pizza to eat. I know you guys have pizza here, but I got pepperoni pizzas at home. I got myself a stash, so I'm gonna have myself a pepperoni pizza when I get home. But
okay.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this live. I'll probably give the links to. I'm hoping I'll be able to send the links to BK so you can add in the description of the video so y'all can find me, and
oh yeah.
Hopefully after that little speech I gave about relationships and all my friends, I'm hoping I'll make many more friends and hopefully get into that relationship that I'm hoping.
You will. Just
right,
take your time, young man.
Yeah.
Mama used to say, don't you rush to get old. Yeah. So thank you again for listening. Thank you for being a part of this podcast. JV, JJ, we have all kinds of names that we call you. But you know what? What I'd like to call you is proud. That we are so very proud of you. I'm very proud that you are able to articulate yourself. You're able to pour yourself into your music. It's not just me. It's not just BK. It's not just Grandma, but you have a bunch of supporters.
Oh yeah, shout out to Grandma who was in the control room watching this, and who was in control watching me do this live. So thank you to my grandma for even bringing me here. She was a little bit skeptical because even though it's you guys, she was a little bit skeptical. She just cared about my safety.
That's right.
So thank you for everyone for watching. If you're seeing this on YouTube, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'm hoping I'll be able to come back on this
Yes,
podcast
you
again.
will.
And,
You will.
Yeah.
whenever I am back on this podcast, y'all better be excited, because if you're not excited, if you say one bad thing about me, either one, you gotta go, or you gotta go, two, you gotta go, and three, you gotta go. So
1, 2, and
All
3.
right.
You
Thank
said
you.
it. All right. So thank you again. Shout out to your grandmother. And shout out to everyone, because this guy is on his way and we are super duper proud, and we
Yes,
couldn't
we
think of a
are.
better person to have on our podcast today.
And thank you so much once again for coming.
Yes.
thank you.
Good night.
Okay, guys.
Nighty-night.
Peace and love.
Peace and love, like she said. Bye, everyone.